Hey everybody, you may be wondering what's up with this weird setup. Um, this has a reason. Now, what you see here is a old Hunter Zephair model B2500A, or was it B2400? No, it is B2500A. I thought I was losing my mind there. But anyways, model number B2500A, 18-inch window fan. Electrically reversible. Yeah, this one is, I believe, from the late 50s, early 60s, if I had to guess. I'm not entirely sure when it's from. It isn't really dated, although I do have some information to go off of, which I'll get into in a minute. But this was basically their deluxe model of window fan, the electrically reversible 2-speed with the sliders on either side. Now, the reason why I have it kind of off to the side here and not facing that way like I normally film is because this fan, it's a window fan, but it's much too big to fit in my windows. So I was actually going to do a video of it in my window upstairs, but unfortunately it is too big to fit in my windows. I thought it would be at least tall enough, and it is too tall. So I put it down here. I kind of clamped it between the shelves there because this fan has some serious torque, and if I just have it freestanding, it will fall over. And actually, it doesn't even stand up by itself because the motor's so heavy. But yeah, some details here. This is the technically the back of it, but it's what you would see in the window if it was installed in a window. So down here, you've got your Hunter badge, very shiny. I assume it probably would have been chrome. Well, maybe not. I don't know. It's kind of a dull, like, aluminum. And then the grill here on the back here is actually really interesting. It's not like rings. It's actually a spiral. It's a giant spiral if you look at it, because it ends right there. And it begins right there. So it's kind of like a big, like, condenser coil almost. Or like a heater element. Very cool. I think it's a really nice, what they call it, a streamlined design in the manual. Now this hub here on the end of the motor, it's actually a covering. It screws off. If you remove it, you can access the oil port on the back. There used to be some sort of tag there. I think on the pictures I saw online, it was all some sort of just like shiny metallic circular tag. Someone has gone ahead and removed that sometime in the past, so I don't have that, but I can probably put like a sheet of foil or something on there to kind of make a nice little replacement or something that'll at least look nice, because it's in too good of a condition to have that missing. This thing is in really nice shape. There's like some rust spots on it, like on the bottom a little bit. The top has been painted a little bit with house paint. They just like slapped some on here, I guess. Maybe they had it installed in the window and they didn't feel like taking it out. But that's really the only place where that is. Now these sliders on the side, I'm not going to do that one because it's kind of like being held in with that one, but the sliders, the way they work is you loosen these little wing nuts on the top and the bottom, and then you can slide it in and out, which I'm probably not going to be able to get this one to do it. You can kind of see, like that. See? Maybe I can get it to go. No. Whatever, you get the idea. And then there's little pieces of rubber down there to kind of like hold them in. That one's kind of... They're still actually quite flexible, actually, which is kind of interesting. So, yeah, and then on this side, I'm going to go around to the other side here. And this is where things get a little interesting. Well, first of all, right here you have the little box that houses the speed control and the wiring and everything. And I didn't even show you that. I should probably show you that first. It is a Hunter Zephair labeled model, just like their desk fans and the pedestal fans. And it has 2 speeds for in and 2 speeds for exhaust, or yeah, intake exhaust. Catalog number B2500A, 2350 CFM, certified by Texas A&M, and that's something they mention in the manual. Serial E Hunter Fan and Ventilating Company, Memphis, Tennessee. So, yeah, and that's the speed knob, of course. It's a plastic knob. It's probably from the, why I think it's from the 60s, I think. So on this side, this is kind of interesting because I have seen this before. When I was younger, when we lived at our old house, you remember that, down the street from our neighborhood, there was a couple of houses like outside of our neighborhood, and a few of them had window fans that they used every summer. One of them was, I think, a later Hunter model from like the 70s that was plastic, had plastic blades, and that one is still there to this day. I actually took a picture of it recently, which I cannot find. But another one was like just down the street, I think like literally like maybe the house across like the little cross street from that one. On their lower level window, like on their porch, they had one of these. I remember they put it out every summer pretty much. And it was, I don't know if it was this one or the larger model, because there was a 22-inch model as well. And in my memory, I think it was a little bit bigger. But it had this exact same blade design. So this effectively solves the mystery of whatever that fan was. I'm pretty confident now it was one of these. And I am very happy to now have one of these because I have another fan from my childhood that I remember that I can reminisce about. So that is just really cool. I just wanted to throw that little addendum in there. And then you can see the wiring in there. It's cloth covered. So that's kind of interesting. But yeah, there's no like protective grill over the back, which was another thing that I remember. I very distinctively remember the back being open. I remember these sort of round, almost like ping pong paddle shaped blades. And I do remember there being 4 of them, but like I said, I think it was the larger model. Now, I keep mentioning the manual, and you're probably wondering, well, where are you getting this manual from? Is it online? Well, no. I actually got this fan from from the salvage store that I've been going to recently. It's the one that's in Baltimore that I've been frequenting because they always have something cool there, it seems, whenever I go. And this time was no exception. And I originally wasn't going to get this until I saw that it came with this. The original manual from the 60s or whenever this was made. I thought it would have a date in here, but it doesn't. So it says, Hunter window fan, cool comfort at a low cost. And this right here, they attached it to the fan with tape, which is one of the worst things you can do to old literature, because that tape is now part of the paper. It pulled the ink up, and so now it has effectively become part of that paper from now until the end of time. They could have just used the little hole there, but, you know, I guess that's too much. So I'm going to just go over the manual here. You can pause anything if you want to read it. And somebody has gone ahead and underlined the model that this one is. And here's the information where I found out that there is a 22-inch model. And this is the certified air delivery rating thing from the, certified by the A&M College of Texas, which I guess they did some sort of study on air circulation and Hunter fans. So that's pretty cool. The info about the reversible direction. And then some diagrams. So they basically have it advertised as working the same way as a whole house fan. And then installation. There's how those sliders work. And this is information about oiling. That really cool old Hunter logo that I don't think I've ever seen before. And then they have other fans. And then on the back here, we have, I think this is warranty information or something like that. And there's more information about the certification. Very cool. I thought there would be a date on here again. And there might be. No, that's just model information. Maybe 1956? That's a possible date. That could be. I don't know. This does seem a little bit, could be 1956. That does seem like a plausible date now, actually. Yeah, very well could be. So let's, the cord here, it's very thick cord for some reason. And the plug is this sort of older, molded plug. I don't know, this plug seems a little bit, this plug seems 60s to me, I don't know. It could be 1956. But it could also be that that's an old publication. They also did give me the original screws used to hold the fan into the window, which was pretty neat. So they got everything with this fan. They kept it, everything. So now I guess the last thing to do is to turn the fan on. So I guess I'll start with the intake setting, where it's going to be blowing this way. So we're going to start it up on high. And let me tell you, this fan means business. I mean, just look at the curtain there. And this is just the 18-inch model. I can't even imagine what the 22-inch model would do. Low. It is really quiet too. Like, I am not hearing any motor noise at all from this. Okay. Do spin down from low. I did oil it, of course, as I always do. Very easy to oil. I do love the accessible oil ports on this thing. And it seems to have paid off, because that is a very long spin down time. So, now let's go around to the back here. Or I guess this would technically be the front. But let's turn it on the exhaust on low first. You can get a nice, good view of that spinning blade. Oh yeah. I can't tell which direction moves more air. These blades are basically designed for both directions. I mean, as they should be. Yeah, even on low, that is an insane amount of air. Okay. High. So this is hurricane mode. Actually, let's see. I'm gonna go all the way back here. Oh wow. This thing throws the air. Do a spin down from high. Wow, long spin down. So, I want to see these blades. It looks like they are more or less designed for exhaust. See how they kind of have that scoop there? This, like, the back part is bent outward this way. That would explain why they were a little more powerful on the exhaust setting. Yeah, I didn't show you a good view of the motor, but there's the motor. It's a huge motor. I don't know if this would be made by Hunter or if this had a different OEM. I think somebody said it might have been a Chelsea made model, which is cool because Chelseas are pretty rare. I actually have a Chelsea whole house fan upstairs installed that I've been meaning to take a video of for the past like 5 years. Yeah, I don't know if there's anything I left out about this fan other than it is a big metal beast. I don't know what I'm going to do with it since it doesn't fit in my windows. So maybe going to somebody else. Who knows? But for now, that is the Hunter Zephair model B82, what was it again? 2500? I'm all over the place. B2500A. 18-inch window fan. So thank you guys for watching as always, and I'll see you in the next video.